This is Portobello High School, which will no doubt be demolished after the pupils move out into their new school building. There's lots of artwork outside, and that will go too. But there's a more important mural inside the building, which took 6 years to create. We spoke to Helen G.S. Ford, the former art teacher who was responsible for it.
Yes, I do remember them very fondly. Some of them were actually my higher pupils, or A-level pupils, and I'd taught them right through senior school and got to know them pretty well. And yes, and it was very relaxing for them. It was a lovely thing to do because there were no exams attached and they were doing something for the school.
And where would you like to see it going now?
Somewhere where people could see it. I mean, it would be lovely in the new school, but it can't. Portobello Town Hall would be the nearest big building, but somewhere where it's not just kept in a cupboard, all dusty and never seen and in pieces.
Unfortunately, we just don't have a space that's going to be suitable for it in the new school. It's very much a part of the history of Porty High, and that's why we're really keen to try and find it a good home for the future. It's one of those things that everybody remembers. We've had lots of people in the commemorations for the closing of this building. We've had lots of people mentioning it, remembering being part of its creation, remembering looking at it while they were sitting their exams and all those sorts of things. I suppose it's in the nature of the kind of move that we're doing that we can't take everything with us.
I think it should find a home. It's huge, so finding a home is difficult. But it's part of the history of this school, part of the history of generations of kids who did this work. It's wonderful. Over 6 years. It's almost like, the tapestry of Scotland.
Well, it certainly should be placed within Portobello, and that's going on a personal view. Considering it's in Portobello High School, I think it should continue its existence by being presented within Portobello somewhere.
Has it been an inspiration for you during your exams?
Definitely. I panic so much in exams that instead of just looking up and seeing a big looming clock, I can look up and look at a sunset or a ballerina, which just calms me down and sometimes gives me inspiration. When I'm in English, I actually looked up at the sunset and I was like, this helps because I could write about the sunset, and it just really soothes you and calms you down. It's a big help. I wanted to come to the new school because we could leave space for it to be added onto, and I think it's a really nice way of looking back at what we had and what we have now, and I think it's just such a unique piece of artwork that we're so fortunate to have.
And it's a shame having an insight to what the new school is like at the moment, and especially the space that is within the new school. For example, the main corridor is like 500 metres long, and surely the mural could be placed in somewhere like that.
Yeah.
So the school orchestra may well play on, but in the case of the mural, it seems that the writing is on the wall. Phyllis Stephen, the Edinburgh Reporter.